Final Destination Bloodlines is a 2025 American film directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein and stars Kaitlyn Juana, Teo Briones, and a great Todd cameo. The plot follows a college student named Stephanie who's been having dreams of a past incident involving her grandmother cheating death, leading it to come after her and her family. And I mean, if you've seen any of these movies, you know the rules. You can beat death, but it's only going to come back for you. Now, I'll admit, I really only saw this because there wasn't really much else playing this week that interested me. This isn't really a franchise I've ever really been a fan of, or even really followed much. Like I think I've seen the first one, maybe the first two, and that might be it. Maybe bits and pieces of three. I can't remember really where I jumped off, but so I was hoping for a fun time, and I got it. I got a fun time, but I'm gonna give my opinion on the Rotten Tomatoes score right now, because wow, I don't get it. I think it's like 93%. I think it was at 95 at one point. I guess I'm a little baffled by that. I mean, up there with stuff like Sinners and Companion. Yeah, I don't think so. Not in any reality, but what can you do? So, yeah, I mean, keep in mind that this review is going to be someone with kind of limited knowledge of the franchise. I mean, I've always put the Final Destination series in a category of franchises, kind of like maybe Saw, Paranormal Activity, basically stuff that I can get into a little bit, but I enjoy it more through the fan base, than most of the films themselves, if that makes any sense. And I feel like what I got here was for the most part par for the course, but I was also very pleased with what I got that I didn't expect. I mean, I went in with the mindset that I really wanted some carnage, hopefully in the form of some gnarly kills. If I got more than that, if I got some storyline or something that I liked, cool. But the question is, for me anyways, did Bloodlines make me want to dig in, back into the franchise? Let's see. I'm going to start with the most positive aspect for me, which is the gore, because it is pretty brutal, much more than I expected even. I was trying to remember the kills from the previous films for comparison, but I couldn't really remember a ton. I remember a tanning bed scene from maybe part 2 or part 3, something like that. That was pretty gross. But the kills here kept me really entertained, kept me giggling every time. And like with the Final Destination stuff I've seen, it's not about the body count necessarily, but the quality of the kills. I don't want to spoil any necessarily, but my favorite is probably the lawnmower scene that you see. You see it on the first trailer, so I'm not really spoiling too much. But yeah, it's hard to choose. That's probably my favorite. So you get it. I like insane kill scenes because my brain is clearly broken. But for me, it was always going to be about how much I can stand the story and the characters also. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember ever liking any of the characters in any of these movies that I've seen, at least, but it's been a while. I do think, though, that in Bloodlines, there was an effort made for the characters to work. And I actually think the plot is pretty cool. And I've also been thinking about it a little that I really do like the idea of death as a villain. Like you don't ever see what it is, no physical manifestation or anything like that. It just exists. And the idea of like an unkillable villain is also cool to me, especially when it isn't any kind of natural being or even really supernatural for that matter, I guess. So yeah, for me, I think you get the point. But the kills are obviously what's most important, and man, they do deliver here. The story, though, is cool. I actually quite liked the plot. A woman who effectively cheated death, leading to generations of people who should never really have been born. And death wants those souls, man. It wants what is rightfully owed, I guess. The acting and characters, pretty par for the course. Yeah, you have these two brothers that are pretty funny, but everyone else is, including the lead, I could kind of take or leave. Another complaint I have, though, is the 110-minute runtime. I felt like this kind of made the kill scenes spread a little bit too far apart for me, my personal taste. And if I cared more about the characters, it wouldn't really be an issue, I guess. And honestly, I've said this before, but I completely hate complaining about runtimes, but is it weird to me, or is it weird for me to say that, like none of these movies really should be over 90 minutes? So I think I'll circle back to that 93% Rotten Tomatoes score as well. The acting is solid. The script is kind of cool, like I said, but it does have a flaw. But I won't mention it. But there's a plot point flaw that I didn't care for. The kills are fun and gory. Too much CGI involved though in the gore. But I will also add that I fucking loved the ending, loved the hell out of it. And I think I may have enjoyed the movie a little bit more had I known that it would end that way. So I give it a lot of credit for that. But all that said, I'm giving Final Destination Bloodlines a 6.5 out of 10. It's a cool movie. It really is, but a bit overrated if you ask me at this point. I would imagine fans of the franchise will really like it, and I definitely recommend it to all of them. And for the rest of you guys, I'd still recommend it to fans of gore like myself. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you at the multiplex.